please allow me to introduce our first reader tonight, Lisa Virtudays. Just get yourself set up, because Lisa is an independent illustrator and animator specializing in cute but emotionally impactful work. Her characters... Oh, I should have... Sorry. Yeah, there we are. I'm a professional. Her characters and narratives are often based on her own life experiences, but may appeal to those who constantly reflect on every mistake or misplaced word they've ever uttered. Lisa is represented by the Illustration Room and is currently working on projects with Scholastic and TED Ed. She has previously collaborated with Nickelodeon, Warner Brothers, Disney, and Hallmark on a variety of different projects. Everybody, Lisa.
Okay, hopefully this is. Can you hear me? Yep. Okay, good. Thank you for the introduction, Owen. It's so wonderful to gather here on the lands of the Kaurna people tonight. I feel so lucky to be able to present to everybody, and I just want to say a huge thanks to Owen and Gina for organising this. It's just been so much hard work behind the scenes, so I really appreciate all the effort making it happen. All right, well, I guess we'll get started. So growing up, me and my two brothers were absolutely spoiled with amazing homemade cakes from my parents every year on our birthdays. Mum would bake the cakes and Dad would decorate them. We had almost every cake from the iconic Women's Weekly cake book, and then some. They were always trying to immortalise our favourite characters in cake form, like Gumby and Mickey Mouse. So we're very lucky. Me and my brothers often reflect on funny childhood memories. A personal favourite of mine is my older brother in hysterics over wanting the last cream puff while my dad told him to save it for Mum, and he just simply didn't want to. And all the while I'm just eating away slowly my last cream puff, drawing out his agony of not having one in hand. We like to laugh together about how I didn't like Napoli or bolognese sauce on my spaghetti and instead preferred mayonnaise, a true slap in the face of my Italian heritage. And we still bring up the dreaded sausage casserole experience. My poor mum has cooked so many delightful meals for us growing up, and still does to this day, but almost weekly we bring up this casserole that she made, much to her frustration, but it's just one of those experimental meals that went all wrong. So as a kid, I was encouraged to eat and have a big appetite, and people would say things like, so much food for someone so small, and good for growing bones, and that'll help get through a day of school. But at some point, maybe around that time, you learn how bodies change. The conversation around food also seems to change. I started to notice the way food was discussed. Rather than a thing to be enjoyed, it became something to be careful of, something to count, burn off, or cut out, something that needed to be controlled or labelled, something to be ashamed of. Food was separated into two categories: good food and bad food. But the lines started to blur between what was supposed to be good and what was supposed to be bad. The goalposts of healthy eating were forever changing. By my early 20s, I was hyper-vigilant about what I was putting in my body. Food that used to be a source of pleasure now only brought stress and concern, as I was constantly monitoring my appearance. What I didn't realise is that in pursuing diet culture, my relationship with food had become extremely unhealthy. It took me a long time to realise that worrying about the effects of a piece of cake could have... It took me a long time to realise that worrying about the effects that a piece of cake could have on my body was far more damaging than actually eating a piece of cake. And the truth is that food is so much more than something that is just good or just bad for us. fun. It can be nourishing and warm. It can be really, really big or really small and delicate. It can be made by hand or made by machine. Food could be the best experience of your life, or the worst. Food can be shared or kept all to oneself. Food can even be life-saving. Eating should never feel shameful, unless you're a cannibal. A recent memory where I feel like I rekindled my joyful relationship with food involves a mariachi band, a good group of friends, and a whole lot of promo codes. UberEats was doing a promotion where you had to watch a mariachi band on social media. They were playing for hours, and every now and then a band would reveal a promo code by lifting their hat or turning around a piñata. You would then put the code in the app and win a voucher. So my friend Claire messaged our group chat in a frenzy, sharing that she'd won a bunch of vouchers. Me and my housemate Rhiannon decided to try our luck too. We started winning $70, $80, $90 in Uber Eats vouchers. Collectively, our group of friends won around $700 of Uber Eats vouchers that afternoon. Thank you. You had to use all the vouchers in 24 hours before they expired, so we all decided to catch up that evening, combine our winnings, and have a feast. We were so giddy, we could not stop laughing. The power of being able to order everything we wanted had gone to our heads. It was the Hexstat burdened millennial equivalent of being a kid in a candy store. Our friend Levi, a cool member of the group, couldn't make it because he had a dancing class, so we sent a hot chocolate with our $5 voucher to the dance school reception, which was waiting for him when he finished, to both his and the receptionist's confusion. We ordered so many different types of cuisines. We had fancy pastas, pizza, garlic bread, pad thai and Indian curries. We had Greek donuts and ordered huge tubs of gelati from ice cream stores. We also shared our vouchers with our friends and family outside the group, delighting in watching deliveries rock up at other people's places too. I was so excited to be able to shout my little brother dinner in Perth with one of the vouchers and watching the app as the order arrived at his house. We all fondly reflect on this day regularly as one of the best days. We refer to it as King Life. The time that we all felt like and ate like kings. If you're ever feeling embarrassed or intimidated about accepting a slice of cake at a party, I hope you can embrace your inner king and treat yourself like the royalty that you are. #KingLife. Thank you for listening.